Hey guys! Alright, I'm back. Again. How long will I say that for? So anyway, today I'm going to show you how to set up a Nano Reef. Basically it's one I've had, but I'm starting over on it. So those of you who are new to the channel, this is like starting a brand new Nano Reef. It's actually a 6-gallon, quite unique. So let's get into it. Well, here it is, guys. The 6-gallon tall. It hasn't had a light on it for probably about a month now. I just put the light on it so you could see it. I don't know if I want to get into why it got this way. It got so bad. I shut the light out and I said I would start over. If you're not prepared to do multiple tanks and want to take your time and really spend time keeping things up, then you shouldn't do it. And this is a perfect example. But now I'm back into it and I'm going to see what we can do. I'll show you. It's really going to be like a new tank build with real live rock in it. I'll just take a walk around this tank. For new viewers, I made this probably about 5 years ago. It's from computer monitor shelves. It's glass, and I put them together. This is a Kessel A80, and I had to build these sides up when I put the Overflow box on, so I would have more height. And this has a Overflow box that I built. I built this on the back, and it has the Overflow right here. And I've kept the sponge in there, but I'm gonna take all this out and redo it and start the tank over again. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Obviously, we're gonna need this. Freshly mixed salt water, 0.025 or 26, I think it's at now. And we're also going to need, so I can perform this job correctly. The first thing I'm going to do here, guys, is clean the sides of the glass off. The reason why I'm not taking the rock out right now, right away, is if I lift it out right away, my water level is going to go down and my overflow box won't function anymore and the pump will start to run dry. This tank at one time was so cool, and I had an issue about 3 months ago. I think you guys know, if you follow me, I overflowed the tank with RO water. The RO water was full of kalkwasser, so it just basically destroyed the tank. So what I'm going to do is clean the rock off, but only rinse it off with fresh salt water. And if anything still is alive on there, after a time, it may come out. So fresh salt water here. And this is the old tank water. I'm going to lift the rock out and put it into here. What I like to do before I do this is just take the baster. See, there isn't much on there, considering this has just been sitting here for a few minutes, so that's good. I'm going to just lift this out. Before I lift the rock out, however, I have to disconnect the pump. Okay, that way we won't have pump failure, pump running dry. I just have the light on here so you guys can see it. Normally I would take it out, shaking it off. I had mentioned this before, maybe in one of my shorts. I don't recall, but this is real live rock. This is from Fish Guy Mike. I believe it came from the Marshall Islands. I used the turkey baster just to remove the water from the overflow, because basically I'm going to take a lot of the water out with a cup from the main tank and then carry this whole thing downstairs and dump it. This was in the overflow box. This was actually acting like a biological filter, this thing. That was in there for probably 6 months without any cleaning. It's going to come out, I'm going to put a new one in. Just to get it so it's carryable. Well, this tank looks a lot bigger than you would expect, but it's not. It's, I believe, 24 inches high, a little bit higher with the sides I had to put on. and only 8 inches square. It's too heavy to carry when it's full. I'm going to give it a try. There's about 2 gallons in there now. So you can see everything's cleaned out. So this time I believe I'm going to try to put the black panel, which is actually the feet, the base of the computer monitor shelf. And I'm going to face that towards the back, so the front will be looking at it this way. Okay, so now I'm going to put the rock in. I'm not going to bother cementing this time around. I'm just going to put them in so I have space enough to scrape the sides and leave enough room for flow in the back. So here we go. Remember, this is fresh water, and these have only been in here about a half hour. And I'm also looking to see where there was growth left, and I don't believe I see any on this, so I want everything to feel sturdy when I put it in there. Now when you're doing a large tank, you might say, Tom, you're stacking these kind of tight. But this really essentially is becoming one piece of live rock. In a small tank like this, I really can't spread them out. So then I can experiment with what I want to grow toward the top. That'll be okay. Maybe you could try a gorgonian in there. That would then leave a lot of room above it. So we'll see. So this is fresh salt water. Everything's perfect. 0.025. It's probably about 78 degrees. And I'm pouring it right on top. See, nothing's moving, which is nice. I'm going to fill the overflow up. That was about 2.5 gallons. And we'll go get more right to the top. Meeting with the water in the overflow box. So let's get the pumps in there. This is just a Polaco. I don't even think they make these anymore. You know, I'm not recommending anything. This thing makes noise every once in a while, but for now, it's 160 gallons per hour. There we go. Heater. Okay, there it is. This is about an hour after I put everything in. It's still very cloudy, but that'll be that way. Everything's hooked back up. I used a sponge in here to hold this over to the left. Anything you can do. There's my ATO, and I like looking at it this way. This is nice with the black background. All right, this is the next morning, guys, and you can see how clear the water's gotten. All right, you don't need carbon. This is without carbon. No filtration yet, it's just circulating through the overflow box. I've put the light on minimal, it's barely on, just enough. I don't want to blast this with lights immediately. And there we go. I'll let this stay like this for a few weeks before I even think about adding coral or any fish. And actually, I'm not going to add any fish this time around.